Do you need a bread maker to rediscover the pleasure of homemade bread, warm and crispy from the morning? Whether you are a lover of baguettes, whole breads, or gluten-free recipes, these devices allow you to prepare everything easily without effort. After several trials, I selected the three best bread machines of the moment, combining performance, practicality, and baking quality. In the third, after using the Elite Gourmet for several days and trying a wide range of breads from basic white loaves to whole wheat, French, sweet doughs, and even pizza dough, I realized that this little machine delivers far better results than its modest size suggests, because it manages the entire process, kneading, rising, and baking with impressive consistency, while remaining extremely simple to operate, thanks to its 19 preset programs that allow you to experiment without stress, which I personally enjoyed since it made each test feel smooth and predictable. And the three loaf sizes were convenient, because I could choose exactly what I wanted, depending on the day, whether a small loaf for breakfast or a 2-pound loaf for the entire family. Although I did notice that the final size could vary, and sometimes the bread came out smaller than expected, depending on the recipe, which means you might need to adjust ingredients or test a few combinations to find what works best. And even though the machine is easy to clean and dishwasher safe, I still had to rinse a few corners manually, where dough occasionally stuck, but it was nothing troublesome. And while the preset recipes included in the booklet sometimes lacked detail, which pushed me to rely on my own recipes, or some I found online, the machine itself handled them all without difficulty and delivered soft interiors and nicely formed crusts. Even if the crust color settings are not always as bold as I wanted, yet despite these small drawbacks, the bread maker truly surprised me with how reliably it worked, because it saved time, reduced the need to use the oven, and gave me fresh bread with almost no effort, which makes it an excellent value for the price. And my conclusion after several batches is that the Elite Gourmet is a very good budget-friendly bread maker, ideal for beginners or anyone who wants daily homemade bread without complications, even if getting perfect results every single time may require a bit of tweaking and experimenting. Secondly, I tested the OSIPOTO bread maker, and I quickly understood why so many people praise it. Because from the first use, it feels intuitive, beginner-friendly, and surprisingly efficient for a compact machine. Its 17 customizable programs offer a wide range of options, which allowed me to bake everything from basic white bread to whole wheat, sweet loaves, gluten-free recipes, cake, jam, and even yogurt without needing extra tools. And the machine handled each recipe with a smooth consistency that made baking almost effortless. The 2-pound capacity is ideal when you want to make larger loaves for the whole family or prepare bread ahead for the week. And thanks to the 3 loaf sizes and the 3 crust settings, I could fine-tune every batch to my liking, whether I wanted a soft golden loaf or a darker, artisanal finish. The 600-watt motor surprised me with its efficiency, delivering even heat distribution with its 360-degree baking cycle, which resulted in fluffy interiors and crispy crusts without over-baking the edges. And the quiet operation was a real advantage since it barely reached 50 decibels, making it possible to run the machine during the night or early morning without waking anyone. The 15-hour delay timer became one of my favorite features because I could set everything up in the evening and wake up to the smell of fresh bread, and the keep warm function maintained the loaf at the perfect temperature for up to an hour, which made breakfast feel almost luxurious. The non-stick pan worked flawlessly during my tests, releasing the bread smoothly without tearing the crust, and cleaning it only required a soft sponge and a quick rinse, although the fact that it's hand wash only may bother those who prefer dishwasher-friendly parts. The stainless steel design looks premium on the counter, but I noticed it tends to show fingerprints easily and requires frequent wiping to stay spotless, which isn't a huge problem, but still something to consider. While testing different recipes, I did notice a couple of drawbacks. Some programs needed a bit more rising time depending on room temperature, and a few instructions in the manual were vague, especially for beginners who rely heavily on step-by-step guidance. Also, although most loaves came out evenly baked, one batch turned out slightly denser than expected, likely due to the dough cycle being shorter than needed for that specific recipe. Despite those small issues, the machine remained consistent, stable, and never overheated or malfunctioned, which reassured me about its durability. In conclusion, after thoroughly testing it myself, I found the Asapoto bread maker to be a reliable, versatile, and very user-friendly machine that delivers excellent homemade bread with minimal effort, offering strong performance and great value, with only minor inconveniences that don't overshadow the overall quality of the experience. And to finish, first of all, I tested the Cuisinart, a stainless steel convection bread maker that immediately stood out for its generous 16 menu options, its 3 crust colors from light to dark, and its flexible loaf sizes up to 2 pounds, which gave me plenty of room to experiment with different recipes and textures while keeping the process easy and intuitive, thanks to the clear controls. The automatic fruit and nut dispenser was genuinely useful because it added ingredients at the perfect time without my intervention, ensuring even distribution throughout the loaf, and the convection fan noticeably improved the crust and overall texture by circulating air for more even baking, creating a result that felt much closer to bakery-quality bread. I also appreciated how compact the machine was, as it stayed permanently on my countertop without taking too much space, and cleaning it was simple since there were only a couple of pieces to remove, making the whole experience convenient from start to finish. Still, there are drawbacks worth noting, beginning with reports from users who experienced the machine stopping after just a few loaves, which raises concerns about long-term durability. And although the custom timing feature is great for advanced users, complete beginners may find it slightly overwhelming at first if they want to manually fine-tune each program. Another small limitation is that despite the stainless steel build, giving it a premium appearance, the unit remains hand-wash only, which may require a little extra care after each use. And while most loaves came out beautifully, the machine sometimes struggled with heavier doughs, leading to inconsistencies depending on the recipe. Overall, after using it extensively, my conclusion is that this Cuisinart model is a strong performer that delivers excellent bread with minimal effort, offering great value for money and notable versatility. Although it may not be the best choice for someone prioritizing heavy-duty durability or expecting fully automated ease with every type of dough, yet for everyday home baking with consistent results and a touch of customization, it proved to be a reliable and enjoyable machine in my kitchen. And that wraps up our top 3. Each model brings its own strengths, its own quirks, and its own way of making homemade bread a little easier and a lot more enjoyable. No matter which one fits your kitchen best, the most important thing is choosing a machine that makes you want to bake again and again. If you are interested in the product, the link is in the description. But above all, subscribe to not miss the next videos. See you soon.